Hey everybody, my name's Adam Vox and welcome to my review of the Tonor USB Condenser microphone. It says professional in the product title, but I'm not going to give it that, but we are going to review it here. This is a plug-and-play USB condenser microphone with about a 3-foot USB cable, and it claims a 10-foot recording distance in a quiet room with its auto gain control. This is a side address microphone. It comes with its own little tripod mount stand, and the USB cable is built in. It is plug and play and claims to work with both with all three Windows, Mac, and Linux without any major driver installations. This product comes in, I believe, black, blue, or silver, and gold, and is about $28.99 on Amazon. At time of when I got my review copy, the black one was about $45, but it does look like they've lowered the base price down to $28, and I definitely would not recommend considering it anything higher. But let's look at it. Build quality wise, this thing honestly feels like a toy. When I got it in the mail and pulled it out, I honestly, for a second, I thought this was just a toy. It's got some weird rubbery plastic outer shell here, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, except it picks up dust and fuzz, including from the packaging that it came in. It is extremely lightweight and has no sort of heft to it. So it feels like a toy. Like, it does not feel like there's a microphone in here. Nothing rattles around inside, and nothing is really all that loose or anything, other than this weird rubber band around the top of the actual microphone sensor. There's just like a green rubber band to create this like design, but it's not just an attached band, like it's literally just a rubber band wrapped around here. Very strange. On the front it does say condenser microphone with the Tonor logo. The USB cable is non-removable, so if you need a longer one, you're going to have to work with some sort of extension, powered extension, or hub or something, because you cannot plug in another USB cable. It would have been much nicer to see either a USB A to B or mini or even micro USB connection on the base of the microphones so that you could use your own USB cable. There's not necessarily a reason not to in this day and age. Thankfully, it does have the little protector at the base of the cord so that you're not going to tear it off by pulling on it too hard. It does keep the cord safely attached to the base of the microphone. The top grill is fairly durable. It is some sort of metal to some degree, and like I said, nothing really shakes around on the inside. It does not feel like it breaks very easily, but it is super lightweight, and like I said, feels like a toy. And compared to this professional studio microphones I'm used to, which are extremely freaking heavy, this is just strange. But how does it sound? Well, first off, before I say anything, I'll let you determine for yourself. Here's a couple audio samples.
This is a microphone test with the Tonor condenser microphone with no audio processing. Test, test, 1, 2, 3, test, test, 1, 2, 3. Because of the weird size, shape, constraints of it, I just dropped it. And the fact that the stand is very tiny, it's sitting right in front of my keyboard. I'm going to push my keyboard back a little bit, and then we're going to do a typing test, because I normally do typing tests with these audio tests. However, keep in mind that it is right next to the keyboard. This is a very tiny microphone in a very tiny setup. So this is a talking test. This is a typing test. These are Cherry MX Blue switches, so they're a bit louder than normal. Keep that in mind. And this is a talking while typing test. Talking while typing, talking while typing. Now this is a copy of the audio test with audio processing. Test, test, 1, 2, 3, test, test, 1, 2, 3. Because of the weird size, shape, constraints of it, I just dropped it. And the fact that the stand is very tiny, it's sitting right in front of my keyboard. I'm going to push my keyboard back a little bit. This is my attempt to make this microphone sound good. I have it set to 97% volume since it had auto gain control on. I'm talking pretty loudly to try to get the levels up here. I am doing some P's though, some plosions. So I do apologize for that, and even while saying that, I ended up causing more. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Adam Vox, and welcome to a microphone test. You're listening to Epos Vox. I'm trying to see if I can make it sound good. The answer, most likely no, unfortunately. Alright, this time I have the mic set at a distance from my mouth to try to test the auto gain control, and since the explosions were causing some sort of hissing as the microphone tried to compensate, I'm not going to let my mouth explode the mic too much.
So I'm sitting here away from my keyboard, or away from the mic, and I'm just talking fairly loudly, but still trying to, talk into the microphone as if I were recording a video. My name is Adam Box. Hello everyone, my name is Adam Box. Chocolate rain. Alright, this time I have the mic set at a distance from my mouth to try to test the auto gain control, and since the explosions were causing some sort of hissing as the microphone tried to compensate, I'm not going to let my mouth explode the mic too much. So I'm sitting here away from my keyboard, or away from the mic, and I'm just talking fairly loudly, but still trying to, talk into the microphone as if I were recording a video. My name is Adam Box. Hello everyone, my name is Adam Box. Chocolate rain. And then typing test. Talking while typing. Talking while typing. Hello, my name is Adam. Hello, my name. Hello, my darling. Hello, my darling. Okay. That's enough silliness. Alright, I'm going to render out a copy of this both raw and processed, just so you can see what you're working with this microphone. Now by default, this mic enables auto gain control, or AGC, even in Windows when you plug it in. This means that it automatically adjusts the microphone's level based on how loud you are. This is commonly seen in camcorders and various video cameras, to where it's adjusting the sound level to compensate for when you start talking really, really loudly, and then when you start whispering. This is great if you just want an extremely easy setup without worrying too much about quality and just want to make sure that your microphone adjusts to make sure it always hears you, especially if you set it further back from you. Like it said, it can potentially pick up a 10-foot distance. This is bad in terms of quality because that means that there's inherently a slight hiss to the audio. Just a slight tss. That's pretty much always going to be there and unavoidable with this kind of thing, because that's what auto gain control does, and that's why it's so bad in cameras, because it's constantly listening for noise that isn't there and creates like its own electrical noise. And so with auto gain control on, even if you're talking fairly loudly, there's still some slight hiss in the audio. With auto gain control off, that hiss is much less noticeable, and the quality improves a tiny bit as long as you're basically eating the microphone as you talk into it and giving it lots of kisses and loverly. That's not necessarily a problem, given that most professional microphones that you're going to use nowadays require that as well. My AT2020 from Audio-Technica requires that. My Rode Procaster requires that to some degree. And so does the Blue Snowball, as unless you have the gain way up and picking up a lot of background noise, you're gonna have to sit right on top of it to get that nice silky smooth audio. This is no different, except the audio quality isn't honestly that great. It sounds more like it sounds more like a on-camera microphone, like a very tiny camera-based microphone instead of a professional condenser microphone. But keep in mind, this is $28.99. So this is cheaper than a Blue Snowball, at least in most cases, and it's definitely cheaper than any of the super high-end microphones that you're gonna get. So if you want something to just super start out your YouTube career, definitely would not recommend it for a podcast, but if you want to live stream or do YouTube with just something super cheap to start out with, this might be a decent option. If you're worried about having really good quality or anything like that at all, I would probably avoid it. One great thing that this microphone comes with its own little desk stand. Now, to be totally honest, this is going to be pretty obnoxious if you're trying to do this specifically for YouTube or live streaming, because it's a very small stand with no reach, and so it's going to have to sit like right in front of or right on top of your keyboard. So it's going to pick up all of your keyboard taps and it's going to be in your way. But it is nice to see that it just comes at no extra charge with a stand and tripod mount of its own, and it works fairly well for this. I can't say it hold up to any sort of weight of any other microphone, but it's good to have it for this microphone nonetheless. I actually use a Tonor microphone arm mount for my fiance Chu's arm, or microphone arm, on our co-op recording setup. And so it was interesting to then get reached out to by them for a microphone. So does it suck? Not 100%, but it's not great either. It just about fits that $20 to $30 price point. I frankly would prefer it to be more closer to $20 to justify the quality level, but it does a decent job for a really cheap microphone. Again, I would not expect to be doing voiceover or podcasting or professional YouTubing with this, but just to start out, just to see if this is something you want to do, decent option. Another option around this price point would be the Samsonite Meteor mic, I believe is the brand. it's around this price point that you can usually get it, and it's a decent mic as well. Thank you for watching my review of the Tonor USB condenser microphone. This is about $28.99. Typically on Amazon, comes in black, one other color. It's either blue or silver or gray, and gold, which is what I have here. About a 3-foot USB cable, works with Windows, Mac, and Linux. Be sure to like this video if you liked it. If you think it sucked, go ahead and hit that dislike button so I can cry myself to sleep at night. Check out links in the description below to our Patreon campaign where you can contribute to the channel via a small monthly contribution, get early access to all of our videos, and our social media platforms, Twitter, Vine. I dropped the mic. Come follow us on Twitter, Vine, Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz. Subscribe to other channels, and I will see you in the next video.